G'day guys, it's Galvin, Catching Company New Zealand. I'm doing some testing on a loom here on the bench, 1UZ as I do 1UZ looms, and I thought I'd do a little video on setting up the can lambdas. I'm going to be putting 2 can lambdas onto this particular job. Also, just a note for the owner of this loom, I am going to supply a trigger wheel, a 36-2. Interesting situation recently, we were playing on the dyno and scoping different pictures and patterns, and we found that the 36-2 improved the cyclic idle. And well, it was actually a randomized idle rev cut, and it was improved by the 36-2. And I always had a feeling that there was a good reason I supply 36-2s when we do these UZ jobs, and that just confirmed it, because we did find slightly better resolution and it improved the way the ECU worked. Anyway, we're going to set up, this one is set on 12 tooth and 1 tooth home at present, so if the owner of this loom does put that on, which will be in his kit, he will need to change the trigger settings. Right, we're going to set up this can. I've got the can lambda. I've got one of the can lambdas plugged in. It is wired. I've confirmed power supplies, and I've confirmed the can wires are around the correct way. The reason I do that is sometimes we'll wire a Haltech ECU which had the cans around the other way, the can wires, but this one is in link configuration. So we're going to go up here, we're going to go ECU controls, and we're going to go to can setup. We are on can 1. Let me just confirm that. No, we're not on can 1, we're on can 2. It's on the main heater plug. The ECU on this one is an extreme, so we need to go can 2. There's already some stuff in here. The 1 megabits is going to stay, and the mode is going to be user defined. We're going to go down here, and there is a Dash Pro 2 in there. We're not going to be running a Dash Pro 2, so I'm going to at the moment I'm just going to turn that off. And we've got a link can lambda. There is a ID here of 950. Now I think if we got the quick start guide, it will suggest that's the wiring, and it does have down here, it has got the suggested ID of 950. We're going to apply that. We're going to go to can devices. We're going to go to can 2 because we're working on can 2, and we're going to go find device. There she is. There's the parameters we want. So that is going to be lambda 1. Now this is going to be important for the owner of this vehicle too. This is going to Australia, that he puts the correct lambda in the correct bank. And so you can do some testing there and plug and unplug units to confirm that you've got the correct lambda sensor on the correct bank. At this present time, it doesn't matter for this example here on the bench because I don't have a bank of an engine. It's my wiring bench at home. I'm not actually going to change that, but yeah, okay, we're good. So we have to cycle the power, but that's done. Okay, now I'm going to plug in the second can lambda. I'm not even removing them from the paper and that little holey thing, but I do take the little plastic piece off the end because they will get a little bit hot on the warm-up and configuration. I'm just going to plug this in. Back. Right, we're going to go back to mode, and on number 1 we are going to give it another can lambda. can gauge. No, that we were doing that today. Link can lambda. And we need to change this. We're going to give it a 951. So we're just going up in units of 1. It's kind of funny because in the IDs, 1 is a 0, and then 2 is a 1, and then 3 is a 2. I'm not sure who thought of that. We could have just started at CAN ID 951 for the first device and CAN 152 for the 952 for the second device, but that's not how it works. Okay, and now we're going to go up to CAN devices. Now I'm going to go find devices, and hopefully now it's going to bring up a second device. And it doesn't. That is awesome. Right, we're okay here. I'm just going to pop out of here for a moment. We're going to cancel this, and I'm going to go File, and I need to save this. I need to go Save As. In this case. Now, of course, you guys should know how to save these things. That's covered in other videos. I put it in and I give it a subfolder, and I go through here and put it in where it needs to go. Okay, so what I've just done is I've cycled the power to the ECU. Click on CAN 2. There's our 2 link CAN lambdas, 951 and 950. We're going to go CAN devices here, and we're going, of course, to module 2. And hopefully this time it will find 2 devices. It's not finding 2 devices. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Let's go have a look at some live data and see what I can find. Now runtime values are up in here. We click along here. Oh. Don't mind me. We should have something in ECU status. So there is lambda 1. So we can see that that did come up. It could do what we expected it to do, and it's not an error at the moment. It's actually but of course it's the engine's turned off. So well, the engine's not existing because it's on my bench, but that is ready to operate. And we've got a couple of errors up in here and a transmit error. Okay, I'm going to have a bit of a rummage around and see what I find. Just give me a moment, I will come back to you. And what I've done here is this is the first one we calibrated. And we set up, and this is the second one here. So I've unplugged the first one, and I've got the second one right there. I've checked power and earth. Just a test light, that's fine. And check that the wires are around the right way. We use yellow for the high, and we use green for the low, yellow for sun. So it's at the top of the plug, and we use green for grass at the bottom of the plug. Very easy for us to remember. Right, so I've gone in here now, and I've got it unplugged, and I've gone find devices, and it finds a CAN lambda. And so I'm going to configure this device, and I'm going to call it lambda 2. I'm going to send that. I'm going to cycle the power to the CAN device. And done there. And push OK. Store that to the ECU. Right, I'm going to just pop back in, and just going to cycle the power to the ECU. Whoop, done. We're going back on. It's powered up. And now we're back online. Just took a moment there. And can set up can 2. Here's our 2 can lambdas, 951, 950, can devices, module 2, find devices. There are our 2 can devices. Okay. Lambda 1 and lambda 2. Easy. And we're going to go out of there. I'll do a store. And we're going to go back to the live data. Runtime values. And here we have lambda 1, showing that it is ready to operate. And we've got lambda 2 ready to operate. Right, so that is now configured. It's ready to go. Both those sensors work. I know they work before it leaves my workshop, which is handy. And hopefully we've helped some other people with setting up that can system with twin can lambdas from Link. Of course, you can run a heap of them. You just keep stacking them together. And I found that this is the best way to do it. I hope that's been helpful. We'll talk to you soon. Catch you later.